Hi guys, we are here and today we'll be having author Ajay Pandey and we'll be talking about his books, his writing style and his take on relationships. So stay tuned, we are going to have a very interesting conversation. So he's here.
Hello.
Hello, hi. Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, so just a quick audio check. Am I audible?
Yes, you are clearly audible. Just if you could introduce we both each other on this page, that would be great.
Okay, so I'll let you talk about yourself. I think that would be better because I tend to go a bit overboard. So, but we have Ajay Pandey, who's an author, and he's written close to 6 books, which talk about different aspects of life. But a common thread, if I'm not wrong, is relationships. And so today we'll be talking about his books. We'll talk about his view on relationships and how things have changed with time. And I think that's a good thing to start off.
Yes. You can go ahead and start. First of all, I just would like to say hi to everyone and happy Eid because currently I'm in Saudi Arabia and today we are celebrating Eid here, and I'm sure that Eid would be there in India tomorrow. So wishing
Yes.
everyone Eid today, and I'm your author friend Ajay K Pandey. If you have any questions, what we are going to do, they are going to ask some of the questions, and after that, if there is any questions, we are going to take. Since on my face I can see a lot of the comments are coming, so we have less window to read your comments. So if I'm missing anything, don't worry, I will be coming live again. So apologies in advance, by the way, but you can go ahead and ask your queries. Okay, so let's have some
Okay.
high
So
levels. I think we should wait, or everything is up now.
we have 31 people, 34 people right now.
Okay.
So we can start or we can wait as well. We can just talk about how's life right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how are things at your end? How are things being taken care of in Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia is, nothing special. Just like in India, everything is locked down here, and we are supposed to sit in our hotel because I'm staying in a hotel, and everything is work from home, so nothing new. And at the day, since I'm an IT employee, I'm working here in a Cognizant. So most of the time, I used to work on my laptop and all. So it's a very boring nowadays because I cannot go outside. And so the
Right.
biggest problem in Saudi Arabia, it's very hot. So, and
Hmm.
during May and June, it is the hottest. So it's not advisable to go outside. So it's a lot of challenging time, but I think it's all past. People are suffering more than me, so I think it's better to say that I'm enjoying here.
Right. Right. That's I think everybody will be having the similar kind of emotions right now after two
Yeah.
months, almost 2 months of staying inside.
Yes.
And I think a lot of us wanted a long vacation, but not something
This,
that we have right now.
yeah, that is the irony of life.
Yeah, yeah, that's truly the irony of life. So
Yes.
I think it's a good time to start, and we have 46 people, and more are joining in. So let's begin.
Yeah.
So what better way to start than to talk about your journey as a writer?
See, my
So
journey is,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Anything
yeah,
else?
you can continue.
Okay. So my journey, I wrote my first book in year 2015, and that is You Are the Best Wife, and that released on 8th of November, and that has gone a phenomenal success. Still, I have written beyond that four more books, but people still read that, and I still get comments related to that book only. Most of the comments related to that book. So after that book, I had no plan to write any another book because that was written. That is my own story. So I just wanted to write for my special reasons. But since I started getting a lot of messages that when your second book is coming, people are started expecting, and then I thought, why not? Let's try. It is something because everybody is saying good and good words about that book. Let's go and try. So then I have written Her Last Wish, and again same thing started happening, and then of course that. Appreciations started pouring in, and then today I end up with 5 books. My 6 books is set to release, so this is all about my journey.
Right. So, writing about your own life, the first book is something that's drawn from your own story,
Yeah.
and it has a lot of different emotions.
Yes,
So,
yes.
how was the journey actually penning down your relationship into a book?
See, first of all, when you're writing your own story, it's very exciting because you need to relive the moment that you have lived in past. Okay, so and you need not to juggle with the plot, because when I'm writing a fictional story, lot of plot creation, what is going to happen, this that, it's a really tricky journey. But when I'm writing my own story, there's no problem, it's full of interest. So if you talk about all these things, it's a very positive way to write your own story. But the problem is, since you're writing your own story, you're sharing your personal things. Beyond that, it should be interesting enough that people should not getting bored, because once you write
Right.
true story, you can't have the plot, subplot, or you can't have freedom to add many other masalas into that.
So, so even if it's your own story,
Mhm.
to to give it that flavor to so that people don't get bored, as you mentioned. So you always need to add a bit of fiction to it, or is it like
The
once
first
you're
book,
writing your own story?
when first book I was writing, I was not writing to sell, to become an author. So I have no such plans in mind. Maybe it's a it my life has so many surprises, so it might have taken by the people to, so that has happened default. I never planned in that way. So for me, for writing first, see, when you never wrote any book and you decide to one day decide to write, the other challenges are coming into the picture, but not related to the story wise, how to publish, how to promote, and many other
Right,
things. Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's something that I think every debut author has to face.
Yeah.
The publishers and the marketing and that sort of the entire process of publishing.
Yes.
So, how was your journey getting your first book published? Was it easy? And how was it to pitch your book to the publishers?
I wrote a proposal, and those who are inspiring to become an author, this is good question for them, because when I was struggling to get a publisher, I read somewhere, and one of author explained me that publisher is here to make money. Publisher is not here to fulfill your dream. Okay, so
Right,
it, that for you it is an inspiration, your dream and your hobby, passion, and all those things. But for a publisher, it's a business. So end of the day, it has to sell. So then I thought, if I will write a marketing plan with my proposal, it will go good. So what I have did written first, I have written to entire world, entire universe, and no one replied. Then I changed the title of the book, changed my name and email ID, and sent again. This time I sent with the marketing plan. So I got couple of responses, and I got a response from Srishti, and beggars can't be choosers. So whatever the best response came to me, I followed that.
right.
Yeah.
So, your first book is drawn from your own story, but you have slowly moved into fiction.
Yeah.
So, how was your journey choosing your own story to write and then creating a story? How was the transition? Was it
No, no, it's
easy? And
it's a natural transition, because first of all, you are not going to live every life, and you're only going to write your own story. Okay, then hey, it's not possible. So you end up writing one,
right,
two book, or maximum by 3 books. So it's not have someone to have a variety of life that you keep on writing your own story. So of course, someday I need to, after first book or maybe after second book, I need to move on that path. So it's a very natural progression. And but when I pick that topic to write on something fictional, then it has another added all the struggle of writing and creating plot and what going there. That's all thing. Okay.
Right. Uh, so your other books, are they also drawn from people around you? The
Yes, of
characters
course.
for the books that are fictional.
Yes, my all books, I would say, is inspired from some character whom I met in my life in a past, because you can't go and create the mountain on and when you are writing a contemporary fiction, so you have to, it should be relatable. So my all stories are related to some experiences with some characters around my. Yes.
So have they ever come back to you and said that, this character looks a lot like me and
Yes, yes, yes.
they are caught by surprise?
They were happy, and in fact, most of the time I used to inform them that I'm working a story and character just like you. And he said, "Hey, मेरा नाम change कर देना, don't use my name." So that thing is happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The one thing that makes your books quite different are the titles.
Yeah.
So, so the titles are chosen by you, or is it a publishing decision, or is it a mutual decision, and how does that come along?
See, first decision comes from author, because author is working on a story and his its creative idea. So end of the day, he need to take up a call on the title. But sometime publisher also gets into that, because publisher has to sell it, and sometimes they feel that title is long, not catchy. Sometimes so that is the reason we keep on sharing the opinions between publisher and me, and end of the day we come up with the idea. So end of the day, title has to catchy, means, because most of the people used to take up um, a pick book from the title, basically. So it has to be very appealing, and
Right.
so that is the reason I can't go ahead with the writer gut. It has to be marketer guts as well. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's I think something that's quite common with authors also, because in the end, if it doesn't sell, then
It will not
your
be.
book does not get marketed well as well. The
Yeah.
story is important, but the title becomes important as well.
Yes.
Uh, so one thing that I noticed in all your books was the topic of relationships, and each and every book of you talks about a different aspect of a relationship.
Mhm.
So, what is your take on the transition of the type of relationships, or rather the perception of relationships across ages? So, there's one that's 80s wala generation, then 90s wala generation, then the current generation. So, how has the perception of relationship changed?
See, if you talk about this, the emotional part of the feelings and love and pain, it has to be same. Whether if you're talking about 10 years back, it might be hundreds year back. People living style can change, and we might be more mature to understand few things that we are maybe terming as good or bad or something. But end of the day, emotions has nothing to do with the time. How you express the emotion,
Okay,
that matters. Maybe nowadays we are hugging each other, we are crying. Earlier people are not hugging each other, maybe they are crying in a washroom and they feel that it's good to cry in isolated place. So all these things are happening, but end of the day, emotions are the same, people are the same human values. Maybe values are less, and we are not getting time to express the emotion, but at the end of the day, when there is emotion, it has to be like that only.
right. So, do you think that with the work that we do with the globalization and people getting work from home now, so how will that affect people's relationships? Like
So
the work life balance had gone for a toss, and now we have work from home. So how
yes.
would that affect? What is your take on that?
See, first of all, relationship is all about time. The more you spend with the time with someone, it will grow naturally with time. So, with the lockdown, maybe you're not meeting personally, but you can meet digitally. So, still, I will be surprised to say there are many friends of mine who have never talked to me after engineering colleges or maybe after their job. 5 साल पहले 6 साल पहले बात हुआ है, they are coming to me and we are chatting with them on a video call. That's a good. अच्छा, So one more suggestion. So I can see people are commenting here, and we are ignoring. If we can take some questions from them as well. And
Definitely, definitely.
if you have any question, you just say. Might be last questions, and maybe after that we can take the people who are commenting their questions, or maybe if anything they have wanted to ask. What do you say?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Just comment your question and we'll take the questions as they come.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, I'll just check if there are any questions.
Yeah.
So there's a
Meanwhile,
comment about, yeah. Meanwhile, we can talk about
we can
your
ask.
writing process.
The writing process
So
is
we can
hard
talk
to
about,
explain. People will get bored. I will say that my book is set to release because most of people are going to ask about that. My next book is
right,
set to release in August, and let's see this how this Corona things are going, because if bookstores are closed, so how the things are going to flow, and
right.
so a lot of permutation and combinations are going around. So maybe we need to push the release a little, but let's see. So till now, I have decided to release in August, and let's see what the thing flows beyond that. Okay.
Right.
So
And
let's
the bookstores have started opening. So
book.
that's a good news.
I started opening, but still we are reluctant to go unless until it's not very
Ha, yes,
critical to travel. We are not traveling. Still, we can order
exactly.
online, and all those things are happening. And it's not advisable to go, because from here, when I'm seeing things are going really in a weird and a really bad direction, because things are still growing in India. So I don't think in the
Right.
next 2 3 months people are going to visit the store the way they are doing before.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So we have a question. What's the name of your next book?
So
That was one
name
question.
could not be revealed. There are few reasons for that, because if the moment suppose I release my novel name, somebody can copy, because so
Right.
that is one. Second thing is this: there are a lot of marketing activity to release a title. So maybe some teaser video we are planning to make. So it's not advisable to release now. But for next book, I'm working on a Hindu Muslim idea of a story, and there is a man who is 50-year-old around, and he has fallen in love in her when he was young with a Muslim lady, and with a girl that time, and he failed to marry that, and when his wife passed away, he wanted to marry again, so with that Muslim love. So how he convinced his son for that, how he's convinced his people around that. So it's a story about that, and let's see, hope for the best, like how much justice I have done to this
Definitely.
things
So,
around. Yeah.
sounds like a really good one.
Yeah.
Uh, we have a question from Namrata. She's asking, is your next book also based on real story?
So yes, somewhat. I met a person in Delhi, and he shared his things, and he actually, but the struggle which I'm showing to get married, it's something different. But the basic idea, that guy was wanted to marry again at the age of 45. So it inspired from that. I have twisted somehow here and there. It's a Delhi-based story.
Right. Then we have a question from Nupur. She's asking, who is your inspiration, sir? And when did you realize you should indulge in writing?
See, that is to that part of thing we have already explained. For me, writing, I was always reading Kushan Singh ka book, and Sarachan Chattopadhyay, and there are other Indians. I'm not very big fan of foreign authors, so Indian authors के ही book पढ़ा है मैंने. And apart from this, if I talk about my writing journey, first book I wrote my own life, my own story, and that has gone viral. And then today I'm here all because of your praises and your feedbacks. So it's all you made me what I am today. So let's take up another question. So Divya Shetty is saying all the 5 books are really amazing. Thanks, Divya, because
Yes.
she's appreciating me again and again, so I have to read her comment. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, yeah, I was just looking for questions. Yeah, there was one question in earlier that yeah, you went there, you are stuck in Saudi Arabia, or you went there for some job purpose.
No, I
Rahul is
came here
asking.
for a job, and my assignment ended in March. The problem is, after March they have announced that I cannot travel, and that's the reason I'm stuck now. Now I'm stuck, but it's okay, because in India people are stuck. I'm stuck here. It hardly makes much difference.
Right. So, so being stuck, what are you reading right now?
Currently, I'm not reading. Actually, I'm writing because this is the this is the
Okay,
time to utilize to write the next book. I'm working on next story.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, taking a break from writing, what's your favorite pastime?
My favorite pastime is, of course, reading and traveling. If I can travel, because nowadays I cannot travel, so I cannot say. And apart from this, the sometime spending time on Netflix and other video channels. So mostly traveling. If I'm not reading, I'm not doing anything. I'm traveling.
Right. So you mentioned Netflix. Let me ask you, what are you watching? I will not, I can't let this go like this.
In Netflix, I'm yeah, the money, all the series, Money Heist, Breaking Bad, and if you talk about Afterlife, I watch, and there is the huge collection. People, I think nowadays spending a lot of time on Netflix, so they know, and they have a variety of options. So DJ Jan is saying,
Right.
"Where are you? You are in Dubai." So she is asking. So I'm in
Yeah.
Riyadh, actually, not in Dubai. Saudi and Dubai sound similar, so most of the people get confused and
Right.
assume me that I'm in Dubai. And I pass the query also by saying that yes, I'm Dubai because it's hard to explain where in Dubai and Saudi. Yes.
Right. That becomes difficult to ask. So what would be your tips to, people who love to write, and what are your tips for budding writers, if I can just
So
ask
first
concisely?
of all, let me tell you, there is no tips. The problem is we are not writing. We are talking that I wanted to write. I wanted to. I have to write. The first thing is whether you're writing good or bad. Don't try to write the best book in one go. Means first chapter मैंने लिखा and that is ready to publish and then second chapter is good. No, it's a process. You need to rewrite again and again. First book I have rewrite and written at least 100 times. Means first time I have like
Hmm.
it is a rough. Second time I have written the another rough. I did some changes. Third time I have rewritten. Rewritten means of course when you're writing it again, you are keeping something, you are removing something, you are adding something. So all these things. So don't
Right.
try to write the best in one go. You keep on writing. Rather getting worried about marketing. People are not even written one line and they will ask me how to promote the book, how to publish the book. You first
Exactly.
cross that point. Yeah. So the best advice what I will give, you go and write, and once you finish your first draft, it is rough. You rewrite and you keep on rewriting. Maybe after 5 iterations, 6 iterations, you'll have something. Roma is saying you are my
Right.
favorite. Thank you, Roma.
Yeah. You have a
Yeah.
lot of fans. I can see that for sure, because
Okay.
the comments I am seeing, they are just out of the world. So you mentioned that writing is the first process of writing a book.
Yes.
Uh, you prefer to type or to use a pen and paper? Which
No,
is
no, type.
your
No,
take?
nowadays not possible because even publisher, if you are going to give in with a pen and publisher, somebody has to type. So it's not possible. So
Right.
for every author, unless until you are very, somewhat very senior or celebrity kind of person, like if Narendra Modi is writing, people are going to take it and type for them. So you need to type. So there is no choice, and it's
Right.
easy also
Uh,
because you can, edit
right.
and correct spell check and all those things is possible. Koki Mumi is
Right.
saying your
We
post.
have
Thank you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go on.
right. We have a question from Somnath. How much time do you take to complete a story?
How much time? Yeah, actually, it's all depend upon how the way I'm writing because I'll be locked down and there is no other distraction. So I'm finishing might be in 2 to 3 months. But the problem is it's go for multiple editing. Then I will give my editor to edit it. So frankly speaking, the moment I'm picking a title, it takes around 6 to 7 months.
Right.
So that's
Uh,
the reason I
just
can release only one book in a year.
Yeah, I think that's something that's perfectly fine, because writing too many books in a year and each of them being just fine, that's not good, I think, because
Yeah.
then it degrades your quality as well. Uh, One thing that I wanted to ask you was, how important is the process of editing for a book? from a third person perspective.
Without editing, because see, people are going to invest money, and they want a product. They don't want your emotion. That's okay to have emotion. And Sweetie Chatwal is saying so many good comments, so I cannot skip it. So thanks, dear, for thanks for commenting here. So what I was talking about, so people are paying for your work, so they have to accept some quality work. So editing is no exception. So the best, because suppose somebody is reading your book first time, it's good for them whether you have a light editing or what. Beyond that, if somebody is reading 2 or 3 books, if editing is not good and there are a lot of mistake, or maybe language is not good or repetitive or many things, it's not going to help you. Somewhere people want their return of money, and you need to give. There is no choice.
Right,
Yeah.
right, because a lot of books in self-publishing that are coming out miss out on this critical aspect of editing.
The
So that
self-publisher,
I think
yeah,
becomes an important.
self-publisher has to understand people are going to pay for your work. So for them, it is not emotion. For you, might be an emotion. You wanted to become an author and you wanted to write in your curriculum vitae
Right.
that I am an author and I'm celebrity and whatever you wanted to write. Okay. Anyway, let's take up the other comments or maybe other highs, because it is,
Yes, definitely.
yeah,
Definitely. Roma has given some very interesting comments as well.
your paisa vasool and
Uh,
all.
yes.
Thanks,
Then,
Roma. Yeah, my books are paisa vasool. So I think she is reading again and again, and she is utilizing more than required.
and a lot of people are waiting to meet you as well because a lot of people have asked this
Okay.
point.
Okay. Yeah. So of course I will be in India in July, maybe. If this lockdown will allow me to come before that, I might be coming. I will be coming for the book only. So if
Right.
July or maybe August, let's see how the things prevails. And then I will go around for a book tour. But this time I will be little conscious because of all these virus and other medical issues.
Right.
So if things goes well, I will have couple of book launches and travel city tour. Then I will meet my readers as well. Yeah.
Definitely, because looking at the comments and the audience, it's just a matter of time. And in fact, we are still getting comments on the same
Yes.
uh,
Okay.
about book signing and the book launches.
Okay. So I think we are done with the questions. So let me just take up the
Yes,
names, because we are only 30%, 30 people. So and let's
definitely.
finish this out. Rupal is saying Ipsita, Soman Beswal. Meanwhile, if you find any interesting comment, you can read as well. Bye, Roma. I
Definitely,
think
I'll do
let's have
that.
a bye from everyone. If not,
Okay.
Iti Swati is saying. I think we good spend good time here. I hope I'm not finishing
Yes.
before the time. M Som Wish. What
No,
book?
no, no, no.
How many book will come by July? This is sixth book I'm going to release. Cookie Muni is saying bye, sir. Okay, bye, Cookie. It's a nice name, Cookie Muni. Rupal Srivastava is saying your book is amazing. Okay, thanks,
It's
Rupal.
amazing. Nice
Yeah.
to see you.
And Monu is saying, let's read out their names, because they like
Definitely.
if we are reading their name. Okay, Roma is Haley. Haley is saying something, it has gone up. Pragati Banker is saying hello. Akshata, okay, you are amazing writer. Rahul, bye. Okay, Shalini is saying I'm Sahing. Okay, I think Shalini. Okay, Tejal Dave is saying hi Ajay. India is waiting. Okay, I'm waiting too for India. Sona, Sunaina, you are amazing, Pandeyji. Okay, okay. So guys, so let's have a bye. Let's have a bye from everyone. I don't know whether I'm audible or not.
No,
Shalini,
no, you're audible. You're audible.
okay. Shalini Vidya is saying ha ha ha. Okay, ha ha ha. Keep rock, sir. Monu. Two is saying nice names. So it's really pleasure talking to you, everyone. And thanks, buddy. Thanks for inviting me on your.
Thank you.
Look forward to have more
Thank
beautiful
you.
interactions. Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you
So
for joining in and eagerly waiting for your sixth book.
yes.
And let's hope to have you back and we can interact face to face sometime really soon.
Sure. Okay, Munde is saying bye. So bye, Munde. Dhaneshwar Munde was there, so he kept few comments. So
Yes.
chalo, bye bye. Take care, everyone. Happy Eid. Enjoy.
Happy. Take care, sir.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys for joining it. Do follow the page for more such content.